Okay.
My pranams to Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. Let us continue our contemplation on Ashtavakra Gita. Ashtavakra, the enlightened sage, continues teaching Janakaraja. He instructs Janakaraja on meditation. Nissango nishkriyosi tvam saprakasho niranjanaha ayameva hi te bandha samadhim anutishtati. Ashtavakra instructs Janakaraja to meditate. Meditate on the nature of the self. See, when we say meditation, we meditate on an object, maybe a divine form, a divine name. But meditation on the self does not involve an object because self is the subject. Self cannot be objectified. So, a meditation without an object is called nididhyasa. Ashtavakra tells Janakaraja, do nididhyasa. Nididhyasa means nidhi means wealth. Always we are constantly meditating on some form of wealth or the other. Constantly, I keep thinking of my investment in the stock market. Constantly, I keep thinking of my family, my business, because these I consider as wealth, nidhi. These are the objects of my meditation. In the process, I forget the real wealth. The real wealth is the self, Atma. We have to meditate constantly on nature of self, Atma. Nissangaha. The self is Nissangaha. There's no attachment for the self. Why do we have to meditate? Self is attachmentless, is free from all attachments. We suffer because of attachments in life. Oh, I was talking to my friend last night. The friend stopped talking to me after 20 years of friendship. The friend is not even looking at me. It hurts. The attachments to people hurts. The attachment to objects, things hurts. See, I had such a nice car. The car met with an accident. I'm so hurt. Any type of attachment hurts. Attachment to the power. See, I was the director of that place, that company. The company went into difficulties. I'm not no longer director. So attachment to the position. It can be a position of a politician, position of a prime minister, or position of even a minister, or it can be any position in the society. The moment you lose the position, you get hurt. The position, power, relationships, all these cause hurt when we are attached to them. No, no, I want to learn detachment. I want to be detached. So people recognize that I am attached and I want to be detached. You don't have to be detached. You are already detached. Recognize that. The self has no attachment, that you recognize. As self or the Sakshi, you don't have any attachment. You are Nisanga. How is that? In deep sleep, there's no body, there's no mind, there's no world, but you exist. When you wake up, the body appears, the world appears, and you start interacting with the world, thinking that you are the body. Then you go to sleep, the waking body, waking world disappear. You just give up. You are not attached. If you are attached to the waking body, waking world, then you cannot give up. Completely the waking world and waking body disappears. Now you enter into dream world and dream body and start experiencing that. As the dream ends, the dream world and dream body disappears completely. And you move into no body, no world, or deep sleep, a state of deep sleep. Waking state, dream state, deep sleep state, object, the world, the body, the relationships appear and disappear, but you are not attached to any of them. You move from one state to other state smoothly. Does it not show you that you are unattached? Nothing in the waking state you can carry to dream state. Nothing in the dream state you can carry to deep sleep state. Are you not attached? Are you unattached? Nisangaha. Thoughts appear and disappear. Emotions come and emotions go. Does any emotion stick to you? The real I. The real I is not affected at all. You say, oh, I was very happy yesterday. Yeah. Today I got upset. Today I am depressed. So happiness didn't stick to you. Happiness came and went. Depressed today. Tomorrow you will be happy again. The happiness, depression, they come and go. But the I doesn't change. Don't you notice that? I was happy. I'm unhappy. Tomorrow I'm okay. I has nothing has happened to that I. Unchanging I. That unchanging I is you, really. The happiness and unhappiness, emotions appear and disappear in the mind. You are the witness of the mind. Witness has no attachment. Witness is completely detached. That's why you are nisangaha. So the whole concept is I want to be detached is false. Because your nature is detachment. You have to recognize your nature. The I, the real I, has no attachment at all. The Sakshi has no attachment at all. The suffering due to attachment happens with for the ego, the mind. But you are witness of that. You know that there is suffering. You know that there is happiness. But you are neither happiness nor suffering. You are the witness, eternal witness of body, mind, intellect, and the play of the ego. All that you have to do is you have to recognize your true nature. That's all. That is called Nisangaha. There is a concept for spiritual living. I have to give up the world. Sarva Sangha Parityaga. I have to give up entire world and I have to become a monk. So this is again an illusion created by the mind. What can you give up? Tell me. Can you give up the world? Oh, I give up the world and go to Himalayas. Himalayas is not in the world, is it? No, I go to ashram. Ashram is not in the world, is it? I was conducting a class in one of the places. Then one of the persons told, this all the spirituality is not for us. It's only for monks. You have to become a sannyasi. See, he gave an example also. So there was a person, and he gave up his family, he gave up his job, and he went to Himalayas. This is a wrong understanding of spiritual living. You cannot give up anything. The world, what you live, where you live, you may leave one job, wife or family, and you may go to Himalayas. Himalayas also in the world. The giving up the world is false, because world continues to live in you, live in your mind. You can drop the world, but world is there in your mind. How can you drop that? That's why many of these spiritual teaching, many of the stories of mythology, they tell the story very beautifully. You have heard the story of Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra was the king. He wanted to meditate and become Brahmarshi, the knower of Brahman. He starts meditating, and a beautiful Apsara from heaven comes to him. And he gets attracted and marries her, and he has a child also. So this tells us, the stories of this nature tell us that our deep rooted impressions come out during meditation, vasanas. Vishwamitra was a king. He was living in a palace and he had many wives. That impression is there in his mind. What if he is sitting in Himalayas and meditating? Same, the vasanas will come out in the form of Menaka. Same thing happened to Dhruva, the child who went to meditation. The child, 6-year-old child, goes for meditation and he sits for meditation. In his meditation, he sees the tigers, elephants. A child is afraid of animals. So those animals appear. Your impressions will appear. We don't have to leave the world physically, but we have to leave the world, impressions of the world, psychologically. We should live in the world, but world should not live in us. The boat should be in water, but water should not be in the boat. This is spiritual life. So for that, you don't have to do effort. It is effortless life. You have to recognize your true nature as I, the consciousness, the Sakshi. The Sakshi is completely unattached at any point of time. You have to recognize your true nature. Then by nature, you are Nisanga. You are unattached. By nature, you are sannyasi. Sannyasi is your nature. Nothing sticks to you. Thoughts come, thoughts go. Worries come, worries go. Happiness comes, happiness goes. Okay? Body grows, body becomes old, body has a disease. All this you witness. The I in you never changes. I was born 50 years back. I lived in Mysore. I'm in Bangalore. I'll be going to Mysore. The I never changes. The unchanging in the I is this I in you is the Sakshi. It's not at all affected by anything. That is Nisanga. And that I is sannyasi. So you don't have to take sannyasa. You have to recognize your sannyasi. That's the real meaning of that. Nishkriyaha. You are actionless. There's no action. You are not a non-doer. You are not a doer. Actions happen in your presence, but you are not a doer. It is like this. When a boss comes and sits in the office, Everybody starts working. Boss doesn't do any work. Boss presence makes people work. King does not do any work. The presence of the king in the kingdom, everything starts working properly. The soldiers take care of the law and order, and people work. They pay taxes. Everything happens just because of the presence of the king. Atma, the Sakshi, is the king, the presence. In the presence of Sakshi, the body mind complex works. Thinking acts, the whole activity happens with the body mind complex. But Sakshi is not the doer. King is not the doer. People do. People work. The boss is not the doer. Employees work. Sakshi is not the doer. The body mind complex works in the presence of Sakshi. And you are the Sakshi. You are the witness. To give another example, electricity flows through the wires. The fan rotates and blows air. Electricity flows through the bulb. Bulb gives the light. Electricity doesn't do anything. It doesn't blow air. It doesn't give light. The presence of electricity which makes the fan rotate and bulb give light. Atma is like electricity. Presence of the self activates the body, mind, and functioning happens. You are the self. The mind is the servant. Then who is doing anything? Who I did something? Do I do something? The I doesn't do anything. I is the presence. Then who is doing anything? When we see when the senses perceive some object, I'm giving you an example of a sweet. The moment you see the sweet, the desires, impressions in the mind rise. The vasanas arise. The impressions come. I like this sweet. The thought comes, I should eat this sweet. Then the body operates, functions, takes the sweet and puts into the mouth. Oh, this sweet is nice. The impression is created that goes into the memory, vasana. And that comes up again. So the entire body complex is working like a programmed machine. Don't you see that? In the presence of consciousness, the vasanas arise, the thoughts come, action happens, the result comes, result gets stored as impression. This entire thing is like operating like a machine program. And that program called body mind complex is functioning in your presence, Sakshi. You are not the doer, you are the witness. Then who says I am the doer? I am doing something. I'll go back again to the example of electricity and the fan. Electricity is there, the fan rotates, blows air. Now, does the electricity blow air? No. Does the fan blow air? Fan doesn't have the ability to blow air. In the presence of electricity, fan blows the air. So neither electricity nor fan can independently blow air. Now there's something called ego comes up, which says I am blowing the air. Considering I as the fan and I as the electricity. It mixes up electricity and fan says I am blowing the air. That ego claims I am doing. Similarly, in your case, the ego, which says I am the consciousness and it associates the body, say claims that I am the doer. Really, there's no doer. In your presence, vasanas and impressions arise, action happens, and result comes. Another example is the sun is there. In the presence of sun, the seed sprouts, becomes a plant becomes a tree, and tree becomes old and dies. Sun is not the doer. The presence of sun facilitates that. Presence of Atma facilitates the impressions of the mind to come up and disappear. All that you have to recognize, you are the Atma. If you don't recognize the Atma, your nature, the mind takes your position. The ego says, I am the Atma. When you say I am the doer, the I am is referring to the consciousness, Sakshi. Doership is associated with the body. So these two are mixed up, and a imaginary entity comes up into picture. That's called ego. Ego claims I am the doer, and ego becomes the enjoyer of fruits of action, karma phala. So you get into cycle of karma phala when you identify yourself with the ego. Then you fall into a ocean of karma. Various types of karma starts attaching to you, because you are wrongly considering yourself as a doer. Recognize your true nature as nishkriyaha. You are not, you are actionless. Just see. And I was sitting there. I went here. Now I am here. Tomorrow I'll go to Bangalore. What doesn't change here? I doesn't change at all. The unchanging I is representing consciousness, Sakshi. What moves is the body. What is mixing up these two is the ego. Ego is subject to karma. Understand you are nishkriyaha. You are free from action. Then you are non-doer. The ego claims you are the doer. So become free from the ego. Nishkriyaha. Tvam saprakashanaha. You are the light. Saprakashaha. You are the light of the self, Atma Jyoti. There's no other light other than you. You are Saprakashaha. Niranjanaha. You have no taints, no blemishes. Understand you are Saprakasha. You are the Atma Jyoti, the light of the self. So we have heard in many shlokas, many teachings, that God is like light of million suns. Koti Surya Samaprabha, we say. Then we start imagining God in the form of light, physical light. The real meaning of Koti Surya Samaprabha, you have to understand. The sun is the brightest object in the universe. Sun lights up the entire world. But the sun can be seen only if my eyes are functioning. Eyes light up the sun. Sun is seen in the light of the eyes. A person who has no eyes cannot see the sun. Sun is illuminating the light, illuminated by the eyes. Our awareness flows to the eyes and lights the sun. Awareness is the light. Eyes cannot function. The light of the eyes is greater than light of sun. So eyes cannot function if the mind is not functioning. Eyes may be looking at something, your mind is somewhere, you are not able to see the object. So the mind is seeing through the eyes. The light of the mind is greater than the light of the eyes. The light of the mind is greater than the light of sun and light of the eyes. The mind cannot function without the light of the consciousness, Atma Jyoti. The Atma Jyoti is the light which illuminates all of the lights. That's why it's called Atma Jyoti. The light of the self is called Koti Surya Samaprabha. Don't imagine some light. You are that light. Koti Surya Samaprabha. Awareness is the light. That awareness you are. Saprakashaha. Now, is there any other light which can light up? No. The sun is the brightest object. So sun also is lit. Sun also lights up in the presence of awareness. Awareness is the light. And is there any light which can light up the Atma Jyoti, the light of self? There's no other light. You are that light, ultimate, supreme light. Swayam Prakashaha. Niranjanaha. You don't have a blemish, stain. What kind of stain? Good merit, sin. These are the stains. Papa, punya, they are stains. Papa is stain, I understand, because I can suffer because of that. Punya is stain. The punya or good merit also is a stain, because whether it's papa or punya, you have to experience it. To experience, you have to take a birth, body, and birth has to happen. But Atma has no stain. The Papa and Punya do not stick to Atma. You are that self, stainless, Niranjana. Papa and Punya are like iron chain and golden chain. Whether iron chain is there or golden chain is there, as long as you are in bondage, chains. You are looking for freedom. Janakaraja asked for a freedom. You are looking for a freedom. What if you are in a golden chain or iron chain? Papa and Punya both are not sticking to you. Atma, the Sakshi. Sakshi is the witness of good merit and sin. Papa, Punya. Recognize your true nature and you'll become free from Papa and Punya. Sin. Ayamev hi te bandha samadhim anutishtati. Thinking wrongly is your bondage. Understanding yourself wrongly is the bondage. So you think, I want to be detached. I'm suffering because of attachment. That is your wrong thinking, because I is not attached at all. Nishkriya, I want to be free from karma, karmic impressions. Sankita karma, prarabdha karma, agami karma. That is wrong. I is not attached at all. The Sakshi is not attached at all. This is your bondage. Oh, I want to see the divine light. I want to see God in the form of light. That's your bondage, because you are the light. Whatever light you see, physical light or mental light, they are objects. You are the light which illuminates that. You are the Swayam Prakasha. Niranjanaha, you don't have Papa and Punya. That's why you are free from all kind of bondage. Recognize this and meditate this. Meditate on your true nature. I am the Atma. What kind of Atma? Nissangaha, Nishkriyaha, Swayam Prakashaha, Niranjanaha. Meditate like this. Not only meditate like this, there are many other qualities which are told earlier. The many qualities of Atma are told. Sakshi, Vibhu, Yekaha, Purnaha, Muktaha, Akriha, Asangaha, Nispraha, Shantaha. So all these qualities of Atma, self, you meditate. We should never think I am a sinner. We should never think I have done a lot of good punya. We should be free from Papa and Punya. We should never think, oh, we should never regret. Okay, I did something wrong. There are many regrets in our life. Be free from the regret, because the I, the Sakshi, is not a non-doer. It's not a doer. So regret you drop. You drop attachment to any person, any object. You drop desire for Sargaloka, heaven, or fear of hell, because the Atma, is free from all this, and you are that I principle which is unchanging. Recognizing your true nature as Sakshi, you'll be free. Please understand, we have all our experience is a combination of changing experience and unchanging experience. You are that unchanging experience. I was in Bombay 10 years back. I am in Bangalore. Next year I'll be in Hyderabad. What doesn't change here? The I doesn't change. The body changes, the mind changes, intellect changes. There is a changing part of me and unchanging part I. The changing part of me is the ego. Unchanging part I is the consciousness, Sakshi. You are that Sakshi, and understand your true nature and be free. Constantly, this is the wealth. This is the real wealth. Nidhi. You have to guard this wealth, real wealth, which is your nature. This is what is called Nididhyasa. Ashtavakra tells Janakaraja, constantly do this type of meditation, Nididhyasa, real wealth, Atma. Have your attention on the self. With that, we conclude today's session. next week we'll continue further on Ashtavakra Gita. Namaste. Ashwini Jana.